Hello, I'm Adam Turner. This is just I'm going to try and keep it as brief as possible, but a video to showcase a project I'm working on in the MERN stack. It's something I've seen a few other people do this, and I thought it was quite a good idea to just showcase what I'm working on, explain the kind of technologies involved, and give people an idea of who I am, what I'm like. So, yeah, a little bit about me. If you haven't interacted with me before, I'm a web developer, a freelance web developer. I primarily work with WordPress for small businesses or small to medium-sized businesses in the London area. Previously, I worked as a front-end developer at Lyle and Scott, which is a British fashion brand. Um, where I was primarily dealing with homepage updates and email marketing and that sort of thing. So yeah, but now I'm trying to develop my skills in full stack engineering or full stack development, whichever you want to call it. And I'm learning the MERN stack, so that's all on a course that I'm doing called Full Stack Open. I've just finished the core of it, so the first major parts of it, and the rest of it's kind of optional, but I'm going to do it. So yeah, that's all in the MERN stack. And this is like the kind of seminal piece of that course, and I've kind of customized it and turned it into my own thing. I'm going to run with it and kind of build my own social network as a result of this. I hope if I can find the time and discipline to do it, but I'm really enjoying this, so I think I will. So we've got this authentication system here. I'll just give you a quick guided tour. You log in here. I've only got the one admin user on there at the moment. And it'll authenticate with a MongoDB database. So we've got a users collection on there, and yeah, the passwords are all hashed, so we use bcrypt. So I'll just click login, and it's logged in immediately. And now you can kind of see the sort of initial view, which is the posts view. So it's like a lot of social networks. We've got a notification system at the top. You may have just quickly seen that appear. So I can go to post, and that's what we're on at the moment. Uh, and you'll see each post. So this one here, I don't know what was going on about there. I don't know what was going on about there. They're just examples, but let me just remove one, for example. And we've got this annoying alert at the moment, but I'll probably change that quite soon. So that's now gone. So good. Um, so on the front end, this is a React front end built with Create React App. It's not using Next or any interesting frameworks that I've used in a few other applications, but this is just bog standard React, and that's what we've used. I may develop it further than that or start again maybe, or reformulate it with Next, for example. But for now, I'm quite happy getting things going with just React with Create React Apps. So yeah, so we've got a blog here, and these are blog components, and they're rendered as a list. So when the authentication succeeds and the or the use effect hook does an API call to retrieve the blogs, it's storing all of these in state with Redux. So we've got Redux store. I use create sliced for that. So Redux slices, sorry. And we've got reducers for users, blogs, and I think one other thing, but I'll show you shortly the technical details. So yeah, you've got this functionality here. I can log out again. If I want to log back in, just go like this, and we're back in, and you can see the notification at the top there. So it's quite clever, I think, or quite nice. And then I can go and add a new blog if I want. So I could go, this is the new blog made by Adam Turner. So you can see I haven't actually made it such that users can register yet. And then the blog author is just automatically the user. At the moment, it's kind of a demo system. So I'm going to have it so that other people can log in if they wish and mess around with it and give me feedback. But until that point, we've just got this. So this is just a test. Can you see this? Cool, so let's create the blog. We've updated state by creating the blog. That's an API call, a post request to the backend, which then added the blog data to the MongoDB database. So that is pretty cool. It returns the same object that it created, and then we just add it to state again, and that's re-rendered with use effect. So good stuff. So we've got this view. I haven't finished everything yet, so naturally this is all under development. So I'll show you the users bit, but we're not quite there yet. And it's just me on there, so quite lonely. Got my free posts, so if I go back to posts, there's 2 there at the moment. So I obviously got to sort that out, I guess, if I refresh and we're broken. So there's something I need to still sort out there in terms of how I would assume that's to do with asynchronicity. So things are not quite there yet, and we're expecting them to be there. So that's the issue. I'll need to do something along those lines. I was implementing a loading system. So can you see that loader? That's pretty cool. The infinity. You may have to pause or look really carefully, but the infinity symbol, I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah, so this is generally it. We've got like functionality as well, but at the moment the like functionality, you can add as many likes as you wish. So from the one user, but we'll get there, and I will add some validation so that users can register and they can only add 1 like or remove the like from a blog post. So that will be the ultimate goal. I'm sure it's not too difficult to implement. We've got this comments thing here. So if I go to view an individual blog, and I haven't finished styling this yet, you can see I'll add a like there, fine, but we can add another comment here. I just click comment, and now we've got another comment there. So that's pretty cool. And again, that's all handled with API calls. We've just got an array that's in an object that stores the comments as strings. There's no users attached to them, so currently it's not associated with users that are leaving the comments. So it's all anonymous. So if I was to release this to the public at this stage, I think it would be quite risky. So we just go back here, and I can go here, view comments, and then you can see, again, I haven't finished styling it, so those are all in line at the moment for some reason, but yeah. So just quickly show you the code. On the back end, I've got these controllers. So I've got Blogz controller, and I'm not going to bore you with the details, but they're just literally, I've got this kind of get request there that you can handle, or a route, sorry, that handles get requests. So that's just literally to find the blogs or retrieve all the blogs. And then you've got post requests here, for example. This is to add a new blog, I believe, on the endpoint API/blogs or /API/blogs. And then we can just simply save that to the database. It will return the saved post, saved blog, sorry, on the front end, and then that's just simply added to state. So that's how we deal with it here. And then you got delete. So as you can see, it is a CRUD app, and I assume that's general practice for most applications. If you don't have these sort of features, you're kind of almost static or not very interactive. So yeah, interesting stuff. So I can update here with put and so on. So the back end kind of area is something I'm less experienced in. I consider myself a front end developer, but this is an area I want to continue to develop skills in. So that's all quite interesting. We've got the login system here. So yeah, I'll post the GitHub repo. You can see the model here. So this is kind of the schema for the MongoDB database for the Blogz schema. And cool. So that's all interesting. That's the back end. You've got these tests as well. So you Supertest here, which is, I guess you could call integration testing. So it's for handling API calls or testing API calls, and the data we get back, is it in the right form, etc. So that's what I kind of learned or picked up on this particular exercise, and it's quite interesting. And I'm going to continue to use a kind of test-driven development process in anything I build in the future where it's appropriate. So kind of larger applications may be more appropriate, something a little bit smaller, maybe less so. But yeah, so that's generally the back end. You've got the tests and you've got these controllers. So you've got the users controller, login and Blogz. I think testing was just for clearing down the database before running a test. And then we've got the front end here. So you've got these components. I like the blog, as we see here. This is a blog component. We've got it here, and I've done it all with, at the moment, material UI styling. It's just something I was familiar with, and it was allowed as an option on the course, so I've gone with it. And yeah, these, for example, this is just generally I'm just styling the components here, but you've got, for example, where is it? Favorite icon. That's from Material UI icons. So those kind of things. So I'm just using a few icons, buttons. I didn't use their navigation or drawers or anything like that, but yeah, it's quite interesting, quite useful to get going quickly, building components with reusable styled components, I guess. So yeah, so that's the blog view, and you've got Blogz view here. So that just go down here. So it's just simple. That is the blog form, and we're returning down here. Yeah, so this is just the individual blog view. Sorry, I was getting confused there. So this is this one here, and you've got the title, etc. So what I'm using here to get the blog information, the blog data, is use selector. So it's a Redux kind of thing, and I'm just getting the blogs from state, which have already been added to state here in use effect on the app component. So we do a get blogs, which calls the API to get all of the blogs, and I've done this all. I won't go on too much, but I've made a custom hook, so I've got this to kind of make everything a little bit easier. I've got get blogs here, so that will do the getting of the blogs from the database, which is done with initialized blogs, and that is in my blogs reducer here, which is, I believe, a func. Yeah. So I was looking at using Redux Toolkit query as a next step, but at the moment I'm just using, I believe, funcs. So that's how I've been dealing with. That's what I was taught in the past, but I don't see any reason why I can't pick up RTK query as a way to deal with it. So yeah, but yeah, I digress. I won't go on too much. That is generally it at the moment. We're getting there, and I'm hoping it'll all be finished quite soon, and I'll be able to deploy it and share it. So yeah, I hope you watched all of that if you did, and yeah, thank you very much for watching.